Hey guys, today I'm talking about Strikeout. I'm going to use my favorite character, Saint, and talk about the game mode, the pros and cons. If you guys are a new viewer, consider subscribing. I make video guides based on Road Company. And if you guys are a return subscriber, thank you guys so much for the love and support. It means a lot. And please guys, hit the like button, comment below so the algorithm can help my videos grow and grow and grow so I can reach out to more Road Company players. And without further ado, let's talk about Strikeout and Saint, and let's do it. Alright guys, so let's kick off the game mode called Strikeout. I'm going to give you guys my honest review in terms of how this game mode plays. I will be using Saint and I'll describe why I'm using this character. Obviously he's one of my favorites, but let's talk about Strikeout. So if you're a person that's trying to get a little bit more of a handle on the game, get a better understanding of how the game works, even the rogue, I would say do Strikeout because it gives you the ability to obviously come back into action multiple times. That way it just helps you in the long term of like how to play the game and whatnot. The other thing about Strikeout is obviously it's 12 lives per each team or whoever obviously wins the objective. Most of the time it's knocking out the whole team, wiping them out. Sometimes I don't really do the objective. It's just more like a team deathmatch type of scenario. But what I would tell you guys about this mode that I don't like is that, let's say you were a user that is one scenario. Let's say you're a user that is playing the game and you are a high kill player. Let's say you get 25 kills plus. Well, let's say you get 25 kills plus, but you die a lot of the times. Like you die multiple times. That means you're eating up all of the lives for your teammates. So meaning, let's say for me in this match, I don't die much. In this round, I don't even die. As you guys could see through my gameplay, and correct me if I'm wrong, in this match right now, this round, I don't die. My other teammates do, but if two of my teammates pretty much get killed 6 times each, that means we have no more lives left. That means it's up to us to like last long enough to wipe out the other team or win with the objective. So that's the thing I don't like, is that one of your team members can pretty much eat up all of the lives. So it's not really like how would I say, averaged out. Let's say everyone gets 2 or 3 lives each. That would have been better. This one's more like if someone sucks and they die a lot, then you're gonna end up losing the match because there's someone in your team that's dying a lot. Yeah, you can have a lot of kills, but if you're dying a lot and your kill death ratio is really out of whack, then you shouldn't be playing too aggressive, because I can do the same thing too. I can go get 30 kills, 40 kills if I don't really care much about dying. But for me, I like to play it very smart and just hold the walls, get the kills so we can last long. As you guys can see, we have 4 lives left and they have 0, meaning the enemies, I haven't died yet. We wipe out this team easily. You're seeing me do work. You guys can replay the video. I have no issues. The reason why I like Saint in this scenario is because I can just revive my teammates, the ones that suck. But the other thing too is that with Strikeout, it's not like Demolition. Demolition is obviously, you know, if you die, you have to wait for the next round. You got to play it very smart. In this one, I would say hold your distance. Don't be too aggressive. I like to have a weapon that's an assault rifle. Usually, the best guys for this type of mode is Saint, Dallas, and Dima, because their guns are really suitable for my range, for what I like to shoot and what I like to do. So obviously you get a lot of money when you play Strikeout at the beginning, so you can get your primary and then add up a gadget. And as you guys can see right now, I just got my armor and added a couple of other things. So you're seeing what I'm doing with the gameplay. We're doing really well. I think we do a sweep, or I think we lose a match in one of these, but we do really well in this gameplay. Obviously, I have some good teammates as well. But here, you know, one of the things you got to do is just play very smart, flank, be patient. Don't be too aggressive in terms of like just going in there. Usually the characters like Ronin, Lancer, Chalk, you know, obviously they're SMGs, you know, short to mid-range weapons, so they're gonna have a little more difficulty in trying to get the kill, because the players like Dallas, Saint, and Dima can just attack you from afar, even Phantom. So you got to be very, very particular on how you approach the situation. For me, my teammates could be dying. If I'm not dying, at least, you know, we're still saving these lives because I'm not dying yet. So again, this gameplay is great. if you're trying to get used to a particular rogue, you're trying to get a feel of a map, trying to understand the flank points, maybe better positioning, even practice with a weapon. I like it. It's more arcadey. Whereas Demolition, I feel that's where the rank will come into play. I think that's going to be more of the rank approach for Rogue Company. I don't think it'll be Strikeout, because Strikeout seems very arcade, Slayer type of feel, where you can just pick up and play. Don't even worry about dying as much, because it's team deathmatch pretty much. The objective is just there, just to be there. I don't really see, most of the time that I've played, people getting the objective. But again, you're trying to get a good feel of the match and maneuver around. At the same time, it's a great way for you to pick up another rogue, maybe test out another weapon, maybe it's a shoddy, whatever it may be. You do that, but you're seeing that with Saint, it's very intelligent to have him, because he can pick up your teammates. You're saving them. If obviously they die, then we used up alive, and you guys get the point. The other things I'll tell you guys about Strikeout is that you can get a lot of kills. This is where a lot of people get 50, 40 kills, the crazy 30 kills type of scenarios, because it's Team Slayer. So that's where you kind of like can see that happening in terms of getting a lot of the kills and, you know, just picking up a lot of the damage as well. So that's where I see it happening. Demolition, it could happen. I've had 25 plus kill games with Demolition, because there's not that many lives in the rounds, especially if it goes long term, then yeah, you can. If it's short term, I don't see it happening, but this is where you pick up a lot of the high kills type of game. So that's the cool thing about Strikeout. You can obviously generate a lot of damage, you know, hitting that 4K, 5K level. And yeah, you know, I think it's a good scenario to check out. Is it one of my favorite modes? I would say yes and no. I'm more of a Demolition, because that's where, you know, if your teammates are down and you're knocking down all the enemies, then that's what proves who's the better player on your team, and can you handle it? Like, can you handle a scenario and close it out? But as you guys see in my screen, I'll switch this up to now me just educating you guys in the process. With Strikeout, you know, like I mentioned, just make sure you guys are holding the walls. Use a weapon that is mid to long range. I'm using a DMR, the Mamba. I'm a huge fan of the Mamba, not because it's Kobe Bryant Mamba, because he is my favorite player, but it's just a sick weapon. I highly recommend you guys just checking it out. Try it for once and just get a good handle on it. So here, obviously you guys already know, we're in this sector. You want to get good cover. You don't want to give up too much of your player. Just make sure you get the good viewpoints. As always, hug the walls like I tell you guys, get a good viewpoint. And if you guys have Dima, Saint, Dallas, you guys are in good hands. Here we go. Burst. We got to kill. There we go. We got to play very aggressive. We're probably trying to close them out in the game mode. We'll see right now. And we'll see what happens. So here, we're going. We're trying to move. There goes Dallas on the backside. He is going to come from the left side. You're obviously now anticipating the player movement, because you saw him wrap around them. He's going to come from the left side. So you want to make sure your IQ, your plays are very smart. When you get healed up, make sure you roll back, so you can actually get a good positioning and not, you know, obviously be discovered by the enemy. So obviously this game is all about player movement and the weaponry. So you want to make sure you have a good handle of those things with your accuracy as well, and just making sure, you know, you pick up a good weapon, that you guys have a good handle and get those good kills. Because I've been hearing a lot of people say they have a hard time trying to shoot down the enemies. I would recommend you guys picking up a DMR, especially if it's Saint or Dima. They're the two that have it. So I would pick up that gun if you have a hard time with handling the recoil. Otherwise, I'll go with the assault rifle. Again, Saint, Dima, and Dallas have some good assault rifle weapons. Some other good content I'll be talking about to you guys pretty soon is I will be bringing out a video on Ivy, which is that poison ivy chick lady. I think it's V or whatever her name is. She's actually pretty good, and I've actually created some good scenarios in terms of how to use her. Obviously her abilities are very nice, but how to use it to your advantage when you're trying to flank opponents or disengage, which is really useful. The other thing too is I will be creating a Rogue Company update video. I'm not sure if you guys have heard, but the Doctor Disrespect is actually going to be doing a map, which is pretty interesting for me. It sounds like a PR move from Rogue Company. I think they've been working on this for a while. just by the fact that Doctor has a cool map already created. It just seems very seamless on my end, and it's very smart for Rogue Company to obviously partner with the Doctor, because the Doctor already came back into YouTube. I just think a marketing way, like obviously marketing is my world, that's what I do. It's a good marketing play in terms of trying to build hype for the game, and then having the Doctor in front of it. He's a guy that likes playing shooter games, and he likes this game so far. I think it's a win-win, and especially if it's something that has to do with his arena, I think that'll be pretty sweet to play and actually talk about. So that's pretty interesting. The other thing too is they talked about the PvE mode, which is bringing in some new content about the difficulty in terms of the enemies, and actually the AI system, and how they are actually very intelligent in terms of rushing, defending, and all that good stuff. I'm still trying to figure out how they're going to do it. If it's going to be like those games where, like Destiny, where you're fighting a bunch of enemies at once, or is a situation like this where you're trying to get a room and, you know, clear out an objective, or it's just a complete shootout, like a battle royale type of situation, but you're playing against enemies. But I don't know what they're going to do. I think there's a lot of good stuff that's going to come in from Rogue Company, as well as the new map, which is that Miami style feeling map. And then the other thing too is the shooting range, which I talked about in my other videos. That's going to be very sweet to talk about as well, because that's going to help you guys improve your accuracy, figure out what guns you guys like, and it's very, very useful. I played it when I had access to the public servers. But yeah, like that'll be pretty cool. So there's a lot of good stuff. The PvE, Dr. Disrespect map that he's working on, the new maps that will be unleashing, and then obviously the phases that are going to come forward from Rogue Company, especially with the new characters, new modes, and obviously rank, because I wonder how rank is going to be. I know it'll be very competitive. This game is very, very competitive. But back to what we're watching here, you guys are seeing, you know, my gameplay as I talk through it. I'm not dying much. You guys will be pretty surprised on my kill death ratio, how many deaths I've gotten so far. But if you guys play this way, if you guys play patiently, protect yourself, you guys can go really far. Whereas if I, you know, went crazy, I could have gotten a lot of kills, but then I'm eating up all the lives. So right now we're 3 to 4 on the lives, and we can win this. We close it out. Pretty much we will close it out, but as you guys can see, we're trying to hold the position, play it very smart, and we should be good to go. But yeah, Strikeout is very fun. If you guys are just trying to pick up the game and get a good feel of the weapons, the characters, the map, get some good practice in before you play Demolition, go for it. Otherwise, if you're ready, then go Demolition. There's another, I think another mode called Extraction, which I think is similar to Strikeout, but it doesn't include 12 lives. It's just kind of like Demolition, if that makes any sense. But I'll talk about that mode later. But hopefully you guys get a good understanding. Let me go back real quick to show you guys the stats real fast in terms of what I did. Let me do it right here and show you guys the total kills and also deaths, which it doesn't show here. But I had 25 kills, 16 downs, 7 assists, 5 revives. Top player on my team. Let me pause it. Oopsie. Let me go back. Let me pause it on time. There we go. I had 4 deaths. So 25 and 4. That's a pretty cool killer death ratio type of scenario. So again, I'm showing you guys, I'm not trying to die much. I don't really die much in Demolition either. Obviously, if we die, then we die. But here, you guys are seeing the stats. I would say I am the, what is that? I guess damage-wise, the 3rd best player. But overall, my team, I'm the MVP. Obviously, they had Quake Tiger that did really well. But again, he probably died a lot and didn't help his teammates. But again, you're seeing the scenarios. I think I'm the MVP. You guys see the scenario. I'll catch you guys until the next one. Later.